Well, welcome everyone to Ignite. This is a beginner workshop or a beginner networking workshop. Is that what it is? What do we call this? So it's beginner small business networking group. Okay, and this is the workshop that is actually going to lead into our Ignite networking group that is going to launch on Monday, February 5th. So at 7 o'clock, 7 p.m. Eastern time on Zoom. So this is just to kind of kick it off, and very excited to be here today to welcome you all. And the Ignite, I don't know exactly how we captured where we got this picture, but it worked. I don't know, Nicole, was it you that maybe put it together? I don't remember, but we had it. It's pretty cool. And I am going to very quickly just go over today's agenda, introductions, and we'll go around here in a minute and make sure everybody knows who everybody is. And then we are going to literally everybody, and then we're going to talk about what Ignite, the networking group, is going to be about, what your challenges are, the roundtable, mastermind, referrals, warm introductions. These are different things that we're going to touch on a little bit tonight. We'll explain a little bit because this is all going to be part of the Ignite networking group weekly meeting that will start on February 5th. And then we're going to have a call to action for everybody. Hopefully you can then take it and thank you, Nicole, for updates. I'm just, thank you. But anyway, so let's do this. I do not have a bunch of slides. I don't want to spend a lot of time with it. I do want to just say, I am Jennifer Johnson. I'm actually the founder of TTR Networking, which is To the Rescue Networking. Yes, it's silly. Believe me, I've had people along the way say, do you really want to be to the rescue? And it's like, there was no other name. I'm sorry, that was it. So you can find us at www.ttrnetworking.com. You can also find the website, as you see there, at totherescuein.com. My email is there, Jennifer at totherescuein.com. And then my phone number, it's all kind of out of order of what I'm reading, but feel free, you can text me, you can call me, 317-513-6823. I am a relationship marketing coach. I am a certified trainer, also with the Success Principles, which is Jack Canfield, if you're familiar with Jack Canfield. And then I'm also a professional vocalist, and life is getting very crazy. I mean, the holidays were wonderful, but I'm telling you, I've got bookings every day this week, which I'm not complaining. I've waited. COVID kind of screwed us over a little bit. Not terribly, but let's go around. And I'm just going to stop sharing, and I'm hoping that everybody's there. And we've got Rita, who I can't see, but why don't we? Hey, Rita, nice to see you. How are you?
Good. Can you see me?
No, we can't, but just don't panic. Look around. We don't want to lose you. So keep chatting. I'm sure you look wonderful. I want to turn it over real quick to CB Bjork. And I found out what your first name is because I think I found it on Facebook or something. It's like, oh, that's what that C stands for. So, okay, take it away, Mister. Who are you? Tell us who you are.
Thank you, Jennifer. To start out, I'm going to be leading the Ignite group that starts on Monday, February 5th, as Jennifer noted. And my business is Ascension Imaging Studio. I'm a photographer. I work with branding, headshots, marketing, seniors, all that stuff. I'm a licensed drone pilot, so I can do aerial photography as well. Think real estate. And I'm here to try and help the new businesses, people that are interested in starting a business and new businesses kind of get their feet on the ground. Networking is the way to do it, so I'm here to help. So I'm going to pass it on to Nicole and go from there.
Hi, I am Nicole Williams, and I am a social media strategist. I am Jennifer's executive assistant. If you've seen us on Facebook, a lot of the ones we collaborate on and we post and engage, get people knowing what we do and how we can help them. Also, I am the founder of startyourblog.com, and it is a simple marketing solutions. And I love to help my clients kind of like chat and take notes of what their thoughts are, where their business is at, where they would like their business to go. A lot of times there are so many hidden nuggets in there. And I have a lot of experience working with clients and helping take their voice and match it up with images and words and kind of get them connecting with their ideal clients. So that's one of the things that I was going to mention. Earlier, Jennifer invited us to put our contact information in the chat box, and I used something called working on a new website, and I used something called Linktree. So I don't know if any of y'all are familiar with Linktree at all. It is amazing because you can put different links in it to like if you have it could be to your Facebook group, it could be to LinkedIn. What's so lovely about it is, if you're in between a website, or you don't have a website, it's a great way to show all that you do. Like I have freebies on there where I give value to clients, anybody interested, like a checklist to help you start your blog. Well, that's in there, so you could it's endless what you can put in there. I have a free YouTube video I did about 7 minutes. If anyone's interested, I'd be more than happy to share that with you. So I just, and one quick thing, I hope it's okay, CB, I know it's like a whole book, but I just wanted to let you know that I became a member of TTR Networking back in 2020. And that's when I started my business. I had no idea what I was doing. Nothing about networking, elevator pitches, intros, no idea. So I am just so thankful for Jennifer and the groups, and especially an amazing group like this. Whether you are new, whether you just have an idea about your business, whether your business just started, whether you're in the middle of the business and you just need something to help refresh some ideas, there's so much, the accountabilities, just so much. One last thing, you also get to collaborate. CB and I did December 7th, we gave a free webinar called Revive Your Facebook Group, and it was so much fun. We have a special group for that, focuses on social media. It's free. We're going to be posting a replay, and it's just like ideas. There's so much out there, so much, oh, do this for social media, do that for social media. Sometimes it's like just throwing spaghetti at a wall, but it's just so wonderful to have a group, or accountability people that you can like run that by. So I'm sorry, I'm Nicole Williams, and apparently I talk a lot. I usually don't talk this much, so
Yeah, you know what? Actually, in our pre-meeting, though, we did talk about, and I didn't do it. I was the one that started.
I do it because you didn't do it.
Okay, but it's supposed to be like, who are you even besides your business? So who are you? And I guess, you know what, the three of us know each other. I would definitely throw it over to Pavi3. Pavi3, tell us, you are one of our global TTR Networking global partners. Woo! I'm excited. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of people behind me cheering. You can't hear because I got them on mute. But they are so excited, Pavi3, that you're here. But Pavi3, tell us a little bit. Before you tell us the rest, can you tell us who you are outside of your business?
What do you mean?
Well, you're not just KPSK Consulting. You are, I know you've got a lot of things going on besides that. Hard to believe, but yeah.
Yeah, I am a military spouse. My husband is a retired veteran, U.S. Navy. I live in Fishers. His mom lives with us full time, mine part time. So,
And you've got one grandchild, right?
yeah, he's got two stepdaughters. His oldest just had her first baby.
Okay.
Yep. And let's see, outside of what I do with my regular business, I try to spend as much time as I can helping out veterans,
Good for you.
especially with their benefits and trying to navigate the VA system, because let's be honest, they suck. And just trying to make sure that, there's somebody helping them kind of navigate through that, and then
Right.
helping veteran-owned businesses.
Right. So we should definitely connect you. Do you know Deanna Moore, right? Don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
she's got this whole thing about doing free sessions for the veterans, which is exciting. Okay, Pavi 3, we don't want you to not talk about what your KPSK consulting is all about. Tell us about that.
So we provide fractional human resources for small to medium-sized businesses. So what that means is for those businesses that are too small to have a full-time HR department or can't afford to have one, we will provide a HR services from hire to fire on anything that the client needs for however many hours they need us for that business. So for most clients under about 50 employees, honestly, 10 to 15 hours is about the max you need somebody for. So instead of going out there and spending $80,000-$90,000 hiring a full-time HR person who's going to get bored out of their skull and quit on you, we will do it at a fraction of the cost for the actual hours you need the help for, and not waste money on the rest of the hours you don't.
Gotcha.
Yep.
It was really kind of exciting if you are on, which I think Rita might be the only one that isn't, and we'll make sure she gets added. Our mailing list, Pavi 3. Your blog went out to everybody yesterday morning. It's very exciting. I mean, it's exciting doing Nicole and I. You guys don't know how exciting this is. Our website's starting to actually work. No, it's really cool because I mean, guys, we've been doing things here. I mean, we're talking about how businesses get started. You kind of get thrown in the frying pan or whatever, and you don't know. And then you've got somebody like Pavi 3 that comes along who is unbelievably patient, but also offers something that everybody needs to know about. And even if this is what, I mean, we want to know, we're going to the rest of you. I'm sorry. I just want to say that that's what I get excited about is every single one of us brings something really cool to the table. And I get the wonderful spot of knowing what people do and wanting like crazy to connect people. And I'm starting, I mean, I don't know. I get very excited about that. And Pavi 3 is a lovely woman who does all these great things, but then offers this invaluable, priceless service that people don't even know they don't need. Or they don't know they need until, and that's why we're here to help each other. Okay, so Pavi 3, I'll let you, Nancy's actually a member. So why don't we pass it on to Nancy? Is that okay? Oh, wait, Pavi 3 has an event a week and a half away on Wednesday, January 31st. So you want to tell them just a brief moment or a couple things about that? Pavi 3, please.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're doing a session at 7 p.m.
Yeah.
It's called Small Business, Big Compliance, How to Protect Your Business When Hiring. I'm going to take a wild guess and say nobody is as big a geek as I am when it comes to government agencies, so you're probably not on their alert list. But the Department of Labor came out this year and changed a whole bunch of regulations on who needs to be an employee, who can be a 1099. A lot of things changed. So this is my way of kind of getting out there and making sure all the businesses know how to do it right, because they have now added jail time as a penalty for repeat offenders on how you use 1099. So,
oh my
yeah.
God, scary stuff.
So That's happening on the 31st because, why
That's
not?
why not? And it is on Zoom and
Mhm,
it is free and it's open to anybody.
mhm.
So please, please, you can go on our website, you can go to the homepage and find it under featured events. And once you get on our mailing list, which all of us except for Rita at this point probably are, you would get that in a couple different, I send it out regularly, but it's called Small Business Big Compliance. And I'd have never met another PAVI3 in my life. So you probably won't either. But
Trust me, the world can't handle two of me.
yes, so we thank you very much, PAVI3. I'm just going to hand it over to Nancy, if you don't mind. Nancy, tell us what's going on. And who are you?
I'm Nancy Vesley. I help people with health insurance, both under 65 market and then the over 65 market. I just like helping people if they have questions on what options are out there. And even if they don't buy anything, I will gladly give them my advice on what directions they could be going. So health insurance, Nancy Vesley, and I like the concept of being a self-employed, independent 1099 person. That's really, I'm on my own on what I do, except there's some issues with some application for like Facebook and posts and stuff. But there's a lot there. And so if I want to increase my business scope, I have to do it on my own methods. So legally, of course. But Nancy Vesley. My
So
information's
Nancy,
in the chat.
yeah, but you do all kinds of things. What are a couple of the other things about you that we know you, well, I know what you do in your job, but tell us a couple things because they are going to be blown away by some of the stuff you do. You are a busy lady too.
I also offer classes locally in and I'm in Westfield, and I offer classes for animal welfare, animal foraging, animal ideas to help with their animals. And that one, and then the other one I'm passionate about is having a plan. If you have an animal and you live alone, have a plan for that animal if you're no longer there. Because otherwise they end up at the Humane Society and they drop off 15-year-old cats, and it's like, why do people do that? If you had a plan, that wouldn't happen to that animal.
Yeah. Well, Nancy, did you put your information in? I'm thinking you
Yep.
did. I didn't look. Okay, cool. I'm just doing it in order of everybody that came in. How about we do Teasha? And I know that's how it's pronounced, right?
Yes, you are.
It only
saying
took me
right.
50 times, but Teasha, tell us who you are. Besides your business, then you can tell us what you do.
Okay, I am Tayasha. I am a gym junkie. Currently, I can't go to the gym. I have a sprained shoulder. But I am very much so a gym junkie. I love going to the gym. I just love it. It just releases a lot of energy. I just love it. I'm an aunt of currently 16 nieces and nephews. Yeah, everybody breathe. Just breathe. It's okay. Just breathe.
Wow, that's a big group.
Most of them are older, so they don't really need auntie anymore, but I do have a few little ones that still love me, that still like to hang out. So I still get hugs and kisses, I love to travel. My mom doesn't live here anymore, so I get to go travel to her and see her on the sandy beaches of Florida.
Ooh.
Yeah, so that's pretty much it.
Yes, so I see those are things where like our eyes are going 16, oh my gosh. And she used to travel, and I don't even know what I'd do if I couldn't go and work out if I were a junkie for the gym. And boy, you're amazing. So tell us what you do as a day job now. What are you doing?
Currently, I have just started my business back up. I am a virtual assistant. I am handling people administrative tasks. So that's scheduling, that's emailing, that's making reservations if you may need so to meet with the client. I am looking to gain some people to talk to and connect with in TTR. And part-time, I do still do my sterile processing job at the hospital, which means I handle all the instruments that go into surgery. So,
okay.
yeah.
I didn't
That's
know
how I
that.
messed up my shoulder.
Yeah, I thought you had something that, okay, I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I hope it gets better. Is it
It's getting
on the
there.
mend?
Yeah, it's getting there. It's getting better. We're in physical therapy. We're getting there one day at a time.
Good. Well, I am so glad. Tayasha is one of those stories, CB and everybody, that she and I connected, what, probably 45, 6 years ago or something.
Yeah, it's been
And
a
you've
while.
been dedicated and you kept, and I guess I put you in the email list so you couldn't escape all of our stuff. And all of a sudden she's kind of out there again. And I'm like, yay, she's back. But
Yeah.
then I couldn't pronounce her name. Darn. But I've got it now, I think.
Got
So
it now.
I'm glad you're here. Thank you. And Rita, I feel like we've met before because,
Wow.
but I don't know. Tell us what you do. No, don't tell us what you do first. Tell us who you are outside of your job or what you're trying to do.
Well, gee, that's a hard question. I mean, I could say a lot who I am, but I'm a grandmother of a 2.5-year-old in Brooklyn, New York.
Oh,
I have 2 Cavalier King Charles, who are the heartbeat of my life. And I just returned from visiting the whole country of Morocco, January 2nd. And it's freezing here. And so I want to know how you got me, how you contacted me.
I don't know, but tell us what you do in your job. Are you a mover? Do you move? No.
Well, yes, that's one of the things. So I am, my title is I'm a small business, been in business 16 years. I'm insured, bonded, and certified as a senior and specialty move manager. I do downsizing, organizing, and relocation. So what that means is I work with people of all ages, but probably 85% of my my clients are, I say, the mature citizen who
Yeah.
are 65 and older, but usually they're in their late 70s, 80s, and 90s. And they've been in their home for 10 to 50 years, and they've never decluttered. They've kept every single piece of paper. They've never thrown anything out or gone through. And we help them go through their whole house, declutter, sort, sell unwanted household items, pack them if they're moving to a smaller location, locally or interstate, all over the country. Shred unwanted documents. What else do I do? Donate. I have one of my guys who works for me is very handy, so he's a handyman.
Oh, that's great.
And I have full resources of painters and you name it. So we get the house all ready for real estate showings.
Okay, so you have a lot of people that do, though, are they like subcontractors that work for you then? They do their thing, but you do kind of, because I think we've met in, because I do a lot of stuff for senior communities, and I think we were connected through the senior guide or something.
Maybe.
But I'm just, I think maybe we.
I would say 3 years ago, I went when TTR, I think, got started, and it was a gal who was the manager of a hotel up in Westfield, the Comfort Inn, and I forget her name. So I don't know if she's with the group any longer, but I went to 1 or 2 of the meetings. But
Then we probably did meet there. And actually that was, you ladies remember who that is? I can see her face. She is now executive recruiter, I believe. She's not with Cambria. I think the Cambria closed.
Oh, that was it. Oh, okay. Cambria.
Yeah, I think it closed.
Robin Turner.
Robin, I knew it was R. I knew it was R. Yes. So, but Rita, so you've been doing this, you said 16 years?
Correct.
Boy, and okay. So that, well, I don't know. I guess I would throw it to everybody. Who are you? You kind of, one of the things about TTR is we try to talk about who you are beside your business so that everybody gets to know, hey, Tayasha's a gym freak. No, you said a gym junkie. Sorry, I said gym freak. I didn't mean to say that. But but you know, now we know, okay, I see something and I'm thinking now when Tayasha can actually go back to the gym, there might be something I see and I say, Tayasha, I got to tell Tayasha about it, or I got to do what, but I might not know that. Otherwise, if we don't get, I mean, part of the whole thing, and I know Rita, you know this, Pavi3, we all know it. If you don't like somebody, you don't know, like, and trust them, you're not going to want to do business with them, no matter whether you're in a group where they're the only you know, realtor or the only insurance agent or whatever, or you're still going to end up. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I've been in BNIs, I've been in all kinds of different groups. I'm
Right.
still going to gravitate toward the people I like, the people that I
But
trust.
to add to that, I think
Yes, ma'am.
probably all of us, including myself, I'm a relationship builder.
Exactly.
So, I mean, when prospects call me and say, you know, how much are you? And, you know, what does it cost to move? I have no idea because I've never been to see their house. And I tell them, well, we need to meet in person so you could see if you like me and if I like you. And then we're going to, and because I go through everything in your house, including your underwear. So we're going to have to get real personal.
Okay, okay. Now, and that's a really good, it's like, even my underwear? Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
But I don't know how she could help you if you didn't get to know people that well. I mean, you'd have to, right? Because you're going through all their stuff that they've, you know, you said you go through things that they haven't probably ever sorted through, in most cases. But so what we are going to do, just really, really quick, I do want to say, and I'm going to hand it over to CB a little bit for him to explain, but when we first started talking about doing it is kind of CB's baby. I know you have other babies, CB, but I'm just joking. But this was kind of your brainchild, kind of the idea that we would have like a incubator. Now, as I said earlier, we have 13 or 14 people that had signed up for this event. I am sending out to everybody that signed up all the information about the networking group that's going to actually start on Monday, February 5th. It's going to be Ignite Networking. Because I know this is Sunday night. It's not the most convenient ever. Monday nights are probably not the most convenient either, but we're going to do this. And the people who weren't here tonight doesn't mean they won't be here on Monday the 5th, or maybe a night or so after that, who knows? But what we are, I did some research. I was telling Nicole and CB, if you go out, and most of us I hear have already started, you know what you're doing, whether you chose it or not, whether it chose you, we can all talk about that at some point. But you can go out, I put in a search, how do you start a business? How do you start a business? Put that in an Ignite, or not, I'm sorry, in a internet search. And for as many different companies, there was one, Nerd Wallet has 15 steps to starting a business, the Small Business Administration 10 steps, SCORE, which actually I am going to send out a booklet that which SCORE, I believe, and maybe you might even know better than I do, Pavi3. Do you know, or anybody, what is the definition? SCORE is retired professionals that work together to help mentor beginning, and you can go, I think it's free of charge, but I think you have to go and present yourself in certain ways. So it's like retired professionals that have been successful, I think, most of the time.
It's a nonprofit. It's a networking group that is mostly volunteers, and it is expert business mentors.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know if they have a fee to join or not.
I don't know. There is, I mean, right out on the internet, I just went out and I said, and I was looking for SCORE. I was also looking for the Small Business Administration, Indiana Small Business Administration, but score.org. I've heard many people got really good information there. I know you can, sometimes you can get bogged down, I guess is where I'm at though. I would just tell you, if you are at a point where you're like, okay, how do I go, what do I do next? There is nothing, thank you, Nicole. There is nothing wrong at all with going out to the internet. Don't be surprised if you're gonna, for as many different responses, which I was telling CB and Nicole, I think I put in a search, just what I already said that, but how do you start a business? I probably had 20 to 50 something in there, 10 steps, 20 steps. But SCORE did provide a really good, I think it's a 32-page booklet that was free. I downloaded it. I'm going to send it out to you. I'm not saying that this is the only resource because this is not my expertise. I do know a little bit about networking. I do know a little bit about how to share and to meet people, and that's what I do. But I would just say there was one, and I was telling Nicole, there was something, and I don't think it was any resource that was necessarily real notable. The guy goes through and he says, there's like 10 steps to starting a business. And then the very last one says, forget all the 10 steps I just told you because it's nothing like you think it is. It's like everything you think. If, hey, Acha, I mean, Rita, you could probably tell us you've been doing that for 16 years.
Well, I can tell you how I got started,
How'd you get started?
if anybody wants to know.
We want to know because I don't.
Well, this is my 9th career.
Oh
and,
my goodness.
And the one before this was, I was a marketing director for a chiropractor firm. And the bookkeeper took all their money. And so they had to let me go because they couldn't afford to pay for me and the employees.
Yes.
And so I went home and cried for 5 minutes. And then I drove to Best Buy. I bought a laptop and I said, I am going to start, because before that I was doing estate sales and doing, and helping people sell things. And so I talked to a couple people. And so first I had to think of a name. And actually it was called Yellow Tag Household Sales. And everything that I did was yellow. And yellow tags, yellow signs, and so forth. And then I went to the Secretary of State and registered my name and then had it trademarked. And but since then I've changed my name. It's Complete Relocation Solutions is the name of my business now, because it describes more what I do.
So it's a living, breathing, changing, evolving thing every day, right?
Right. And so what you start out to do, it changes because of people's needs. So what you think people need and what they really want sometimes are two different things. So sometimes you go into a project and you do it one way, but then they say, well, I need this. And so instead of saying, I can't do it, I will do it. And then you figure it out. And then it just keeps adding to it.
Yeah, very cool.
But then you need to get, I would recommend an accountant, and you need to keep good records and bookkeeping. You need to have a human resource book. If you hire people, how do you hire people?
Okay.
And what are things you could say and you can't say, and how you advertise.
Yeah. So isn't this kind of cool though? Pavi 3 sitting there shaking her head yes, because she's complete agreement with you. And the reality is we've got Pavi 3's event on the 31st January. We really didn't schedule that necessarily thinking this, but I would recommend Pavi 3. You're probably going to recommend as well. And I know Nicole put it in the comments, the link, but do you think it's not a bad thing, even if you're not sure that you're going to hire V3? Is it a good thing just to be on top of these things and have a resource like you?
Yes, absolutely. So a lot of people I work with, actually, I have quite a number of clients that are solopreneurs, not because they are wanting to make sure that it's set up right from the very beginning.
Yes. Yeah.
They may not be hiring even this in the next 6 months to a year, but they know that in order to hire, they need to know what they have to have in place, right? So a lot of what employers don't necessarily think about when going into hiring is like, what are the external costs you have to account for? Like workers' comp, unemployment insurance, all of the other insurance you got to pay, taxes, getting all your policies and procedures together and making sure you have the right posters up, distributions, all of that has to be in place in order for you not to get caught up in audits day one. Because all you need is one smart aleck to go say, hey, DOL, they didn't give me X, Y, and Z. And the next thing you know, you're getting audited. So yeah, so even as a solopreneur, it's always good to know these things. And then unfortunately, or fortunately for business owners, they like to change laws all the time because, nobody has enough time in the day to keep up with it.
So that's why you got to have somebody like V3 but you're fractional. So you already said it, but basically you're fractional in the respect you're like, just you're there so many hours, you work, and so they're not paying for the.
Right. Because honestly, they don't need it in a full-time basis. Quite frankly, most businesses don't really need a full-time person until 75, even higher, depending on what kind of the business is.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Thank you, V3. And I was actually thinking, I didn't even think but that was really good. I'm so glad she's on here because, it just kind of leads into why wouldn't you go and catch her event, get that, and then join us for the 5th of February when we kick this off. CB, one of the things we want to go, is it all right? I want everybody to kind of throw out what your challenges are. Our agenda is probably a little bit too robust we don't probably need to go through all of everything, except that every meeting you're going to go through what are people challenged by. And then we're going to, it just depends on the group, but the makeup of the group. So we want you to join us on the 5th of February. But anybody got a challenge that is that okay? You're okay with that? If you aren't, you have to tell me later because I've already done it. What are your challenges? I don't know, Nancy, you've been in business a long time, but you do a multitude of wonderful things. What's your challenges?
Marketing.
Marketing. Okay. And meaning just that people know what you do?
Finding new people, yes.
Okay. That's probably anybody got any, I completely understand it. I've known Nancy long enough. I know what she does. But how do you, anybody?
Nancy, are you specifically looking for digital marketing? What kind of marketing are you looking for?
The problem it depends which market I'm looking for. Like with Medicare, it's got to be in their mailbox. You can't call them without their permission. You can't text them. You can't email them without their permission. So it's mailbox only. Under 65, I can do whatever I want. I can do it digitally there. But like I had my Facebook running, I was posting every day. And to be honest, I think I got one inquiry out of it. And I was doing that for probably a good 3-4 years every day and got nothing. So I posted in December. I think I might've posted one in January, but I'm not doing it. I'm not spinning my wheels doing it if I don't see any result.
Okay, so networking is probably one of the best ways for you, right, Nancy? Because I know you've been around our network for a while and I know you do other things, but So, okay, so marketing, Tayasha, Rita, anybody else? Nicole? I know that's your thing, but go
I
ahead.
think I have I challenge with what to post on Facebook and what to post on Instagram. I don't want to post the same thing on Facebook that I post on Instagram. So I guess it's just kind of strategically planning it out. Because some people are on Facebook, some people are not, some people are on Instagram, some people are not. So those are challenges that I find that I'm having an issue with deciding on what to post on what website.
Okay, good questions. We got a couple people on here, I think, that have some ideas on the Instagram and the Facebook. I'm not the right one, Tayasha, at all. But you know, and everybody's going to be, I guess everybody's going to have their own experience. Anybody got some suggestion or something, Nicole? Yeah, I knew you were going to.
And I have an idea, and I've heard that before, where people are like, okay, I need to do something different, you know, but what's really nice, I think it's, if you there's something on Instagram that you can post, or am I saying it wrong? Post on Instagram, and it also goes on Facebook, so it's the same one. I think I would say definitely post it. I would post it, share it. Don't be worried about, oh, it's the same thing, because there's a different market, you know, and what I like to find out is where do you have the most interaction? If it's Facebook, let's focus on Facebook. Let's focus on that. Or it's Instagram. People have whatever works. People have different ideas, you know, of what to do. But I think too, it's having a plan. Like, you know, like some people post like Monday through Friday. Some people post on the 3 busiest days of the week, which are Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I even have a client that's like, I'm just going to post on Wednesdays. And that's fine, because what you're doing, if you post every Wednesday, your ideal client is going to be looking for it, you know, so, you know, they're going to be, but we have tons of ideas, you know, that I can share. And, you know, I love that, because it's really hard. So, and I love like the ongoing training, because Jennifer and I don't know if you were able to be at the whole promptings seminar yesterday. They taught us something kind of different that I'm going to like write up. I'm going to get that posted. CB and I have a free Revive Your Facebook group, you know, which I can share the link. It's open for everybody. So we're going to be, you know, but I'll be sure, you know, to share that. And there's, you know, and that's the thing that I love that Jennifer mentioned earlier, is like, you know, you Google something like, you know, starting a business, and there's so many ideas, right? And you're like, okay, well, who do, you know, but what's nice about the networking is that, you know, we're here together, you know, it's accountability. We've tried things, you know, we're not going to tell you something that didn't work, you know, but if you went out, you might spend a week on doing something, and you know, or something. So you know, so but yeah, so there are just so many ideas, you know, but think about, where do you get the most interaction? You know, who do you have the most followers? You know, I hate to say followers, you know, do you have an ideal client, an avatar chosen yet? You know, if not, you know, I can help you, you know, and we can, you know, we can find it, because I remember when I first started blogging in 2020, and I took a class, and our teacher you know, told us, okay, well, you're going to be writing to one person. All your social media is going to go to this one ideal client that has everything you're looking for in that client. And I kept thinking, but what if, okay, so like back then, thankful single mama, right? So thankful single mama, right? So if I just write to the mamas, you know, well, what about my friend Sandy, who's a fur baby mama? You know what I mean? Well, I want her to be able to, but you know what? You will, you know, because your personality, your kindness, what you write about, it'll come in. It'll still attract, but the best part is you're going to get your ideal person that you're an expert helping. So I know that's probably confusing, but there's hope.
Thank you. No, it wasn't
But
confusing. Thank you.
But that is why, Tayasha, that is one reason. I mean, not the only reason, but you pick up stuff like from Nicole. CB hasn't really talked too much, but I mean, CB, our whole thing with the Ignite is to be here to I put in the agenda, roundtable mastermind, referrals and warm introductions. These are all things that we're going to do within the Ignite group, right? So you are muted. Do you want to say a word or two? Why did you think it was important for us to have the Ignite? Or did I catch you off guard?
What we've seen here in the last 50 minutes is what Ignite is all about. We need help. And we need to get our message, we need to get our connection out there. And through Ignite, we're going to be able to connect to other people who can help us. TTR, you have a handful of the representatives of TTR on here, but it is such a deep pool of experience. It is such a deep pool of knowledge. And my goal is to bring on different business owners, different entrepreneurs, different people every week that we can bounce ideas off of, we can think about, because Nicole's experience versus Pavi 3's experience versus Nancy, me, Jennifer, everyone's going to be a little different. So it's bringing this wealth of knowledge to you and bringing it to you, because there's just so much that you need for support. You need to know this is a rough road. This is not one that you're going to have days where like, pulling the hair out, and having that group that supports you, and you can come here and say, man, I fell down this week, or yeah, I had this great success this week, whatever it is, we're here to support you on that as well, because we've hit those chuck holes. We've had those great successes that are like, this is why I'm here. And think of those times in your business where you actually have those great successes, and you want to share them with people, but you don't really want to be out there like tooting your horn everywhere. But this is a place where you can also toot your horn. And we really, the referrals, the TTR website, which Nicole has posted in the notes, it's a wealth of members, it's a wealth of access, it's a wealth of stuff, and it's really to bring it out here and to help you get that first step going. Some people are going to come and they may just be having an idea to start a business. Some people may be experienced like Rita for years, who are out there with tons of experience and ton of it, but it's still connecting and making those things. We have realtors who would fit right in for Rita, for example, who know somebody who's going to be moving and they are elderly, and hey, here's Rita who can take care of that for you. And Tayasha, with what you're doing there's a lot of people, the virtual world is so important nowadays, and there's people who need that virtual assistant to help them get over those humps. And it's just needed. And we're here to provide that support. And that's what Mondays are going to be about. It's really about making those connections, having people who can help you, like Nicole was doing with you, Tayasha, and give you that knowledge and give you that information. So that's what we're here for. And we're really looking forward to Monday, February the 5th, 7 p.m. We're going to be all on Zoom. Why at night? If people who are business owners are busy during the day, sometimes they're not going to have time to take time for the Zoom, or they might be working a full-time job and they want to start a business. And so they get off work 5, 6 o'clock at night. Evenings are a great time for them to sit there and to learn and to do the things that they want to do in their mind. So it's really about doing those things. So that's why we're here. That's why we're going to launch this and kind of see where it goes. So
yes, and I would just thank you, CB, for doing that. I would just tell you that our other groups are all industry exclusive, although we are starting a B2B group as well, which means if you do business only with other businesses, you're a business that only works with businesses. Like we have a printer, we have another virtual assistant, but she's not. It's Lisa Bowers, Tayasha. So she doesn't call it. She wants it to be only business. But anyway, So we're going to start that, but this group is not industry exclusive. So meaning that everybody's here to help everybody in all of our groups, but most of our groups are industry exclusive. That means there's only one office, or there's only one virtual assistant. There's only one Rita who does the complete relocation. She would, that's how those groups are a little different. This group is going to be whomever comes to the group. And I was excited tonight because we had people who were both members and some that I didn't know. And I would just encourage you, come back on the 5th of March, 5th of February. I will tell you, I put in the agenda just real quick. We are about referrals. We want to make referrals. We also want to make warm introductions. And there's referrals and warm introductions are in the same vein. So like when you're listening to Nancy say she needs to let more people need to know about her, or Kate, Pavi 3 is talking, everybody needs to have more people know about them. That's an introduction. Nancy, who would be a good introduction for you that works with the same people that you want to work with? Do you know what I'm saying? Actually, I would think Rita could be a really good warm introduction.
Nancy and Rita are a great connection right there.
Great connection. But do you know what I'm saying, Nancy? Yeah, who's a good introduction? I don't know that I know somebody who needs, I do know a few people who need Medicare right now, but that's not the point. For illustration, who's a good referral introduction for you?
Someone that's going without insurance.
Okay, somebody, okay. All right, that's good. But like I'm thinking like of estate attorneys or something like that, Nancy. That's what, when we're saying warm introductions, and I said referral too, but that's what we're trying to think. I always get a little frustrated because I'm thinking, I don't know anybody who needs Pavi 3's services right this minute. Do I know people that are trying to build a business and she's already said, it's a good idea to get to know me before you need me, right? I mean, I kind of said that in my own way, but that's what we're here for. Warm introductions and referrals, certainly. But don't let the referral thing stop you from making an introduction for Rita to your friend that's the realtor down the street that you don't know how much business they're doing, but they probably need Rita in their back pocket. If they don't already know, you know what I mean, Rita, they don't need you in their back pocket. They need to know you.
I'm looking for realtors or estate planning attorneys,
Exactly.
Geriatric care managers.
There you go. Okay. So it's making the introduction, a warm introduction. So what happens here? We get to know Rita. Rita gets to know us. When you're in a networking group and you make referrals, if I refer CB to somebody and he does a crappy job, it's going to come back to him. You know what? You're not going to, but you know what I'm saying. So that is part of it, though. If you're here, I hope that you're all about making sure that you take care of the client and take care of your referral partners. Let me really quickly throw the last screen up here, I think. And I'm going to go to the next. Here we go. So I just want to throw this out at you and thank you for being on today. You're going to get an email from me. It'll be tomorrow. It'll have the safe chat from tonight, but it'll also be, I want to make sure, thank you for being here. Do you have at least 2 people? Now I know the group wasn't gigantic, but do you have 2 people from today, 2 new connections, 2 connections that you're going to follow up within the next 2 business days at the most? That means, and Rita, I definitely want to, because I think we've been connected for a while. So I think that's how it happened, but I do want to really get to know better exactly how you usually get your business. Because I mean, I know it's got to be referrals. You're doing a good job or you wouldn't be in business for 16 years, right? So yeah, it's very good for you. But make the commitment to yourself and your business that you are going to follow up with these people, even if you don't think that Nicole can give you anything you need right now. She is a good person to have, like Rita, like all of us, in your back pocket. Because you're going to run into somebody the next couple days that needs what these people do. And you want to be able to say, I've got a guy, I've got a girl. We are going to be on Zoom February 5th at 7 p.m. Eastern on, like I said, on Zoom, and it's the Ignite Networking Group. This is not industry exclusive. So if you have somebody who's doing what you do or doing like an overlap, but they need help, please feel free to invite them. We do a couple visits free, and then we are going to, there is a fee of $50 a month once we get it going, but the first couple of meetings are just come and get to know us, see who's going to be in the group, and we'll go from there. Okay. So anybody got any questions? I'm going to stop share. And Nicole, I think that's good. You can stop recording.